I don't know. He might. He said he was supposed to. Yeah, man. All right, we back. We know what we back to do.
Yes, sir.
We're back here to be controversial. I don't even think we're controversial no more. We just talking about what everybody else is talking about. Anyways, y'all already know y'all tuned in to the Andrew Williams Network. I'm Andrew Williams. We got Brett here. We got Grizz here.
Yes,
Y'all know
sir.
what we already do when we get busy on here. We're gonna be talking about these Epstein files. There's really a continuation of the last show because we did not get into the Epstein files. We didn't get into Cardi B. We might visit that. But right now, the Epstein files. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna kick this off. I'm gonna let y'all run with it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care whether you're liberal. I don't care whether you're conservative. I don't think we're paying enough attention to this at all. I don't care where you fall on. I don't. I think it's becoming a anti-Trump thing, as always. Oh, Trump's in there so much, but it's like, dude, this is a lot bigger than that. Yes, he's mentioned. He's not the only person mentioned. I don't think he should be off the hook if he's done any crimes that are aligned with child, y'all know what, any type of trafficking. I think everybody should get it. But I do think that he is just a minor piece to the puzzle if he's involved. He's mentioned. I need to also add this in there as well. There are a lot of files that are just uploaded. So basically, DOJ released all these files. There's no, a lot of this hasn't been validated. Much of it is, very much so legit. There's a lot. There's over 3 million pages of this stuff. Everybody's looking into it. What do y'all know so far, and what do y'all think?
I personally think it's not a right, left, or Democrat or Republican thing. I think it's a top 1% thing. These are, it's about billionaires and the toys and the and the fruits that they love to their sick fruits that they love to play with. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you ever seen that movie with Ice T, called The Most Dangerous Game, where they hunting him? He's a homeless dude, and they put him out on his reserve and they go hunt him. Yeah, that we read that book in high school. It's based
Yeah,
on a book. Yeah,
it was called something. I know it's based off a book, but it's called
yeah,
something else. But I remember, yeah, yeah, I know what
yeah.
you're
The
talking
Most
about. Go
Dangerous
ahead.
Game might be the book name of the book. It might be called something else. With the movie Ice T in. It's because these are super rich guys who don't find it exciting enough or challenging enough to hunt game, to hunt deer and elk and stuff like that. They want to hunt a human. You see what I'm saying? It's because they can afford it. And Epstein and his pals, they I mean, it's not good enough for them to go to the Playboy Mansion or go to these high falutin parties. They got to go off to an island and deal with and abuse underage girls. That's what they would rather do. It's because they have sick fetishes, because the norm isn't good enough for them. You know, and this is what and this is the result of it. So a lot of people are going to be guilty by association, but a lot of these people are guilty, period, because they're sick people. You know what I'm saying? And a political party isn't immune to it. You know, and it's not. But a political party doesn't necessarily drive what's going on. It is what it is, man. It's sick people doing sick shit.
I don't think this is simply about sexual fetishes, though. I think this is about this is what everybody always heard, the boogeyman. This is about certain people worshiping different gods and demons, and I think it's much more than the sex aspect. It's not about abusing. They got claims in there of them killing kids and eating them and drinking their blood. Like it's far more than that. I do got a question though for y'all. I'm thinking if Trump is never elected in 2016, is Epstein ever convicted of this crime? And my second part of that is, if he don't win this time, are these files ever coming out?
Hmm. Okay, I can answer that. Definitely, he definitely would have been arrested because the who was the head of the FBI was that guy. Um, what's his name? Comey.
Me,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, is it Mueller? What's his name?
yeah. The dude that Trump tried to
Yeah.
bribe to get him to. He wasn't a Trump loyalist. You know what I'm saying? And he still convicted Epstein. And I think if he still would have been in there if Hillary would have won, and they still would have gotten that, and then Maxwell. I think Epstein still would have committed suicide, and then Ghislaine Maxwell still would have been committed. She still would have been convicted, and then she still would have appealed, and she would have lost her appeals. And this is about the time, if even if Harris won, it'd be time. This will be the time that everything came out. It'd be under Harris, but it
I don't
would be
think so, bro.
all that redacted stuff. There's
Do you
nothing on
really?
Harris's record that would say that she'd be
No, I'm
trying to
not even
protect
talking
any of
about
these
her though.
people.
But do you think that if Hillary Clinton gets in as many times as the Clintons, Bill Clinton has been mentioned, do you think that she would really let this shit slide, bro?
Man, Bill and Hillary have agreed to testify. They got nothing. They say they got nothing to hide, but they say they want to make sure everything is out there when they testify. You
I,
know,
But
I,
that, but
I
but that's the thing. I think I'm gonna let you go, Grizz. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's the thing. Is like, oh, we'll talk if we can. Like they don't want it behind the door. They want to be able to talk broadly. They're not innocent, bro. I don't think. I think it's foolish of us to believe that this is all a bunch of nonsense. It's just way too many stories. Like I think we want to believe. I think the way it's being presented, and I believe it's done on purpose. I believe the way they release these files is done on purpose. So it's kind of like finding that needle in the haystack. But I don't think the public is gonna let this shit go. And I think all the internet investigators are gonna comb through this until they get some kind of answer. But they're mentioned too much. This dude had a picture in a dress of himself on the island. That's legit. I don't think that this is just benign. Go ahead,
I,
Grizz.
I think I think I disagree with you one thing. I think the people in America going not gonna press the issue on this because one, they caught in a rat race already in right life. Two, that they're nervous about what this is because nobody's really discussing this other part of it, right? But I think if Trump never gets, I don't think he's ever convicted. I think I think this is one of those things people say Trump is on always. He's trying to get somebody back. I definitely think it had a lot to him. Him getting convicted had a lot. Trump trying to get him back based off their feud. But if Kamala's elected, this is never coming out. This is never coming out. He ran on this. He mentioned this. He ran on this. He made this a big deal, technically, right? Whether he guilty or not, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But or redacted, or he's in there sparingly, whatever, right? But they're not. Democrats is not releasing this, bro. They're not releasing this. They got it just makes no sense, and it's a bunch of Republicans in there, so we don't want to make them seem like they're innocent. And I think that's where a lot of pushback comes from, because a lot of them was in there, and a lot of them was pushing back on this months ago. It was like little funny shit. It'll get past this person, but this judge will try to hold it back. But I don't think if Democrats get it, I don't think this ever is released, bro. I don't think this is even a topic. This is not even something we was thinking about, myself included. I
hmm
forgot about Epstein. 2022, I wasn't thinking about Epstein. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't. I'm thinking more about what affects me personally, right? But I wanna just keep going back on certain stuff that happened, right? Like when we talking about ICE, right? And the two people that got killed, right? Do those people ever get killed and die if Frey and Walls don't come out and go tell them to start protesting them? Do they ever come out and tell us people go protest them and go cause good trouble? if the fraud shit hadn't blew up how it did in November, and we needed something to push back. I think we seeing a pattern of a lot of shit that's going on
Okay, all
only
right.
because.
All right, let me ask you this: do you think that? Well, the reason why they're protesting is because they dropped 2,000 ICE members into the state of Minnesota. Now that's more. That's like 4 times more than any law enforcement that they have there. Now,
Okay.
now if they never now you got to ask yourself, if they didn't come with that bogus fraud stuff, the bogus part of it, would they have dropped those 2,000 ICE members?
What about
and
that
if that answer is no, there would be no
part
protest.
Of that is bogus, Brett?
What part of it's bogus is I'm talking about that Nick Shirley investigation.
Yeah, what part of that is bogus? I know what you're talking about.
99.9% of it.
Okay.
Because
nigga, what?
Okay.
Brett, just FYI, when we got down to the nitty of that and we was going back and forth, you directed me to a white woman that started this, you know what I'm saying, which was a liberal white woman. We know this for a fact. But to say that was fraud, say that's 99%. Come on, Brett. Like, come on, you're not.
All right. The Nick Shirley and the white woman thing, those are mutually exclusive. He didn't. The white woman, she's done so. She's been tried and convicted already. Done deal. That's done. It's over with. Nick Shirley didn't discover shit. Okay, Nick Shirley, he came on there and tried to expose the New Learning Center. All right, he went there before the hours that they were open. All right, and say, "Where's the students? Where's everybody? What's going on? Why can't I walk in there?" And then he came up there with 8 people and tried to open a school door. All right, have you? I mean,
Brett, you know they talked to the owner in front of that, and the next day they was closed down, and then the next week they came back. Brett, this is, I think.
Oh, no, hold on. Okay. Why was it closed down?
They shut it down. He said they were shut. He said they was shut down the week before Shirley got there, and then the next week they was right back open and they had students.
I agree.
Think about what you're saying.
You live close to Hiram Clark?
Yeah, for sure. Well, no, I stay in Katy, but
all right. Do you think you and 8 people and a couple of them with cameras can go up to Katy Taylor High School and just walk in there?
Yeah, that's Katy Taylor High School. That's a high school. That's different than the daycare center.
You think daycares have less security?
Yeah, daycare got way less
children?
security, but Brett, if they sat out there for days and nobody walked in there, Brett, I think that's what you're missing.
They didn't sit out there for days.
It's not that they couldn't go in there and see students. No kids were walking in and out there, Brett. Nobody was there.
Nobody was there because he got there before the hours they opened.
Brett, it was daytime.
Hey, this is just not an isolated event, and he's documented. He is well. Whoa. Listen,
all of his shit was debunked.
No, it was not. Who
debunked it?
No, it was not, Brett.
No,
it wasn't.
The same people. Let me tell you something.
No, it wasn't.
He didn't discover no fraud. Now, the fraud that he mentioned was stuff that was already investigated and already adjudicated.
No, it was not.
He didn't discover nothing. He didn't discover one fraud.
Brett.
All right, tell me one fraud.
Brett. Why would that catch, Brett? Why would something catch fire that's already been prosecuted? No, that was not, Brett. Not only the Learning Center, when bro went to that building. Hold on, Brett.
Y'all ain't got no facts.
Brett. When bro went to that place that was supposed to be giving out the government medical shit, and it was 30 companies in one building, and he couldn't get help with one company, but one company offered him, "Oh yeah, come in." Everybody else shutting their doors. Nah, we ain't taking nobody. Brett, it's fraud, bro. I don't know what's the pushback on it.
Listen to what you just said.
You what's the pushback?
You only one person you can come in. That's fraud. What does that mean?
No.
What does that mean?
Listen. If you run a business offering government assistance on something, and I show up during your business hours, not once, not twice, 3-4 days in a row, and you're never open. Hold on, Brett. And you're never open to help me, then one would think that this shit isn't legitimate.
Okay. All right. For one thing, that's not how you get help, because you have to fill out.
Brett.
You have to fill out applications. Am I right about that?
Brett,
You
these are
fill out
these are
applications
places.
online. You don't
These
get
are
those benefits from them.
storefront places, Brett.
No, they're
These are
not.
storefront places where you
No,
can
they're
walk in.
not.
Okay, so
You
I have
can
a
walk
question.
in.
I
My
have a question.
gosh.
I have a question to you, Brett. Cause Paul, you seem to take a lot of the focus.
Y'all have.
I wanna go back. I wanna go back to these Epstein files, but I do have a question about
Yeah.
this because you said that the fraud in Minnesota is bogus.
There is.
And
I'm not
what's
saying there's.
bogus?
I'm not saying that there's no fraud. That new day, whatever it was, that was headed by the white lady, that was completely fraud. She did fraud during all through COVID, all that. That investigation started like 5 years ago. You see what I'm saying? And she was already tried, arrested, adjudicated, everything. She's doing 7 years in federal penitentiary. It's done deal. Now, all this other stuff, tell me, why the feds, the DOJ, who is run by Trump, how come they haven't arrested anybody? How come they haven't made no more new arrests?
Brett,
Since
you
Dick
don't,
Sheridan?
Brett, you literally don't know what they've done. In your mind, it didn't even happen, right? So here's my thing about it, right?
I know
Here's
they
my
haven't
thing.
arrested
Hold
nobody.
on. Here's my thing about it. This is why when you a liberal and you a Democrat right now, it's
Here you
almost
go.
like y'all
You
willing
play
to
the
jump.
same shit,
Hold
dog.
on, Brett. Come on, Brett. Hold on. Y'all literally willing to jump out the window to defend this because y'all got to defend the narrative. It's to the point where when you got people on ground zero, the craziest part about this month, 2 months, 3 months prior, when I'm making these posts, it's literally a young lady that I know personally that stays there that's telling you what's going on ground zero. And you got niggas in the comfort of their home and used to telling you that's not what it is. But I don't expect y'all to
Mhm.
ever take any of this shit to heart or seriously because you know how we be talking. You be like, man, that's right wing propaganda. Of course, y'all don't do nothing but believe left wing propaganda. So when the shit right in your face and it's right there, you can touch it, you can smell the shit, and y'all still be like, that's sugar, bro. It was fraud.
Okay,
Them
all right,
niggas
all
is
right,
on
all
the,
right.
they on the
I'm gonna
clock.
say, I'm gonna say
It's
one thing.
okay.
I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna say one statement that's gonna shut this all the way down. All right, of all the fraud that's in Minnesota, the the only ones prosecuted was by the Biden administration.
Bro,
Honestly,
what,
I don't.
bro, bro.
Okay, but I honestly don't know.
Oh, go ahead,
I
my bad.
don't
Go ahead.
know. I don't know. Okay, so let me be honest.
No, Trump.
There's so much information coming at us. I have not even delved into. I never revisited the Minnesota fraud issue. I never even went back to that. I saw the Shirley
Yeah,
investigation. I saw what he was doing.
and that produced
Um,
nothing.
I saw. Well, I'm not gonna say that because it did look. Listen, bro.
Nothing.
There's not a
Nothing.
daycare. Okay, let me move away from what he was saying. Let's talk
Mhm.
about the locals.
Okay.
There are locals that feel that it has been that way. I think a lot of time when we doing these political discussions, we rely on a few resources on either side, and when we overlook what locals saying, there are locals in that area and other areas that say, "Hey, we've been saying this shit for 20 years. We've been saying that these people commit fraud." Also, you have several intelligence personalities who have been on podcasts to talk about this, on how these people will come set up a shop. They will essentially launder money. They take this EBT money and launder it. I believe it's not hard for people to come here and do that. So
Mhm.
why do we just think all of us? It's like this is my thing about people that are just anti-Trump. And this I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna take it back to the Epstein files because I believe that this is what's happening. It's like everybody is so anti-Trump that we get away from the centerpieces of the issues and we just go after how terrible Trump is. Like, wait, whoa. You can hate Trump. That's fair. You can dislike Trump all you want to. But I want to know more about this fraud shit. I would like to know about what were they doing? Were they actually taking EBT money and somehow putting it in their stores and laundering this money? I want to know more about this. Is this white woman just the lone wolf? I want to know more about this. When it comes to these Epstein files, oh, you got Jasmine Crockett. She gets up there and says, Trump was mentioned in these files so many times. It's like, okay, yeah, but all these files haven't been substantiated. But while we're at it, I would like to talk about these other individuals that were mentioned. I would like to talk about these CEOs that he. What about these CEOs that are resigning? And there's credible news sources talking about these guys resigning. It's not just, you have to be careful in the day and age on social media where there's just so much things that's being reported and it's not legit. But when Forbes is reporting things, when you have these credible news outlets talking about like, I want to know more about that. And I think we live in a time where the news just isn't news. I mean, this has been this way for quite some time. I think since we could put out news, propaganda has been a thing. We use information to distort the minds of people.
How do you find the news, Andrew? So let me ask you something. It's like if you want, man, you hear about something. How do you find out like the nitty gritty of it? If
I'm glad you asked, nigga, because you say shit like I be going on Truth Network and shit like that. This is what I do. When I see something, even if TMZ has reported it, I'm going to look for credible news sources, the CBS's, the NBC's, nigga.
The liberal,
Brett, you funny, dog. Brett, you know what? Because you acting like that, I'm gonna whoop you in spades again. Because you acting like that, you acting funny online.
Hey, when it comes to Minnesota, you have a foreign political local leader that's worth $30 million, and niggas is telling you there's no fraud going on there right now.
So is Marjorie Taylor Greene in Georgia.
Brother. You talking about somebody that's been in the U.S. That's been a part of politician for 7 years. 7 years, and it's worth $30 million over a local city official, a state official that's worth $30 million from a group of people who we know have been scamming the healthcare, the food stamp. Like it's like with all this stuff, right? It's to the point where we just can't. We're so locked in entrenched in a battle of the left versus the right that the truth holds no fucking weight based on who is being told on, right? But let's get back to the Epstein files, though. If this nigga is not reelected, we're not talking about this right now. We're not having this conversation. We're not. There's no way. They never mentioned it. This was never a thing. We're never having this conversation. I just don't see it. Me personally, I don't see us having this conversation if Kamala Harris is the president right now.
I actually agree with that because it really wasn't a part of her spiel. Like it was all about kill babies. Let's let everybody come in. Bro, that was totally what it was about. In a nutshell, let's kill babies. Let's let everybody in. Everybody can come on in. Down with Whitey. I mean, that was pretty much how the liberal campaign is all about identity politics. I have to agree. And listen, Trump really caught flack behind this, bro. Remember, he said it himself. He said, hey, there's a lot of people mentioned in this. We let these files out. It's going to damage some people's names. Now, let me ask you a question. What do you think about the files pointing out that Donald Trump was the one that actually told on Epstein? You think that's crap?
No. I think that was revenge. That was better after they fell out. Bitterness.
But why would he tell on him?
Have you ever seen Minister Society?
Yes.
All right. Why did Chauncey send the tape to the police?
He was pissed, but Chauncey wasn't in there robbing with them niggas. Chauncey wasn't in there doing that. Chauncey found out that they was doing that. They was showing the tape. O-Dog was showing the tape and all that bullshit. He seen it. He turned it in because he was hating, but he wasn't in there committing the robbery.
Okay. Oh, all right. No. But why? How did he get the tape in the beginning? Was he hating when he saw the tape in the beginning, or did he do it after Kane whooped his ass?
I mean, he did after Kane whooped his ass. All right. So hold on. Tanisha says, I think that was revenge too. Why did he not tell back when he first saw the BS?
Yeah. Because you know why? Because he was in the BS. That's why.
Who didn't tell? Why? Who didn't tell?
Why didn't
So
Trump?
so so
Why
so
didn't
the
Trump?
Trump did
Why didn't
tell.
Trump?
He did tell. He told 20 years ago. What are we talking about?
No, okay. Before that, he been friends with
Because
Epstein.
he wasn't with him on a daily basis. That wasn't a known thing. Epstein to get jammed up. You know how Epstein originally got jammed up on the situation? Because two high school girls got into a fight over some
Mhm.
money.
Right.
Y'all didn't know that. So when you talk about when you use the analogy of Chauncey, if Chauncey was on that tape shooting the lady at the store with Kane and O Dog, it would have been a suicide mission for him to go and say,
You're
"Oh, here
right.
go the tape." That's essentially that's what you're saying. Trump did. He was involved in it. He did something with underage girls, and he wouldn't have told on the dude, knowing that he had already been. He's guilty of doing the exact same thing. I don't know many people who do that, bro. I don't know.
Okay.
Me just I don't.
Okay. All right. All right. So basically, all right, you're saying, all right.
So we think that. So okay, wait a minute. Now listen to this. Look, I want to play devil's advocate with this only because I'm trying to understand. So what we're saying is, Trump had been active in these alleged crimes, and
Mhm.
he gets mad and falls out with Epstein and snitches with the possibility that he could be tied into it. Do we really believe that?
Do we? Okay. Let me ask you something. Do all right. If someone was saying, man, if someone was doing drugs at a drug party, all right. If they
First off, who the fuck got AOL still?
me,
Hey, hey.
that's my that's a
Yeah.
ringtone for my phone.
Oh,
Okay, cause
okay,
bro,
okay.
I'm just like, hey man, we're in 2026.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
go ahead,
Okay,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
All right. All right. Let's say that there's these big, huge drug parties that the police has heard about, but they don't have no proof on. All right. Well, then there's this guy that actually went to those parties. He did some drugs there. Okay.
Right.
Now he did some drugs there, but he knows who runs it, and he actually got the drugs from the dudes that run it. Now, who, if you're the police, who do you want to go after? Who are you going to implicate, and who are you going to give immunity to? You're going to give immunity to the dude that snitches and brings down the drug, the whole drug program, right? That's exactly what Trump did.
I will
Bread,
say this. I will
bread,
say this.
bread,
Yes, in theory,
bread.
yes, that's how it always works. But I think with something as extravagant as this, I don't know, man. I don't think it's that easy to put off on him and say, "Hey, this was some shit that goes down," and he tells at a time
Okay.
where he's trying to get off the dirt,
And,
or it's some revenge. It's some type of
and,
revenge telling. I don't
and
believe that.
Epstein is saying the wolf that doesn't bark or whatever. That's I mean, Epstein is telling people that Trump has a lot of balls for snitching on me because he was right there in the mix doing all the debauchery.
Bread,
That's what
bread,
he's saying.
bread. That's not what Epstein said. But here's the thing, right? He wasn't saying that in that context. Here's the thing. Epstein had every chance in the world to just give it to you, Trump, and set Trump up with it. He didn't though. He didn't, right? He could made him guilt. Your party could have did the exact same thing. This is how we know how this is going. This how this played out. But never in a million years would a child molester go snitch on another child molester, knowing the big Kahuna child molester got evidence on him. That makes no. I don't know. I don't know any. We could use a drug operation, but this isn't drugs. Drugs is low level. Drug house using drugs at a drug house is low level compared to billionaires touching kids, bro, or raping kids or whatever this, graping kids or whatever, all the other wild stuff is. I don't think, I think if this is anybody else mentioned on this board, we're not even talking about this in this light. Literally, he snitched on him. He snitched on him. He snitched on him, whether he snitched on him with good intentions, like I'm gonna take that motherfucker down because I hate him. But the word is, even before he snitched on him, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago.
I
He the one
heard
who
that.
told the people that
Oh yeah,
killed it.
because he's so
But
noble,
but
right?
but here's the
And had a
thing
clean
though. Here,
heart.
here here's the thing about him kicking him out of Mar-a-Lago. Most people didn't know that though. But it was out there though. Most people argue you down about this situation, but this is facts that and I was in and out the Epstein shit for a while. Like I didn't really care too much about it. You feel what I'm saying? Because I didn't know the totality of it. I didn't know the whole thing.
All right, why did he kick him out of Mar-a-Lago?
Because of the situation, because of something that happened with a waiter. Something happened with an underage girl or something like that.
A waitress. You know what he was doing? He was poaching the underage waitresses at Mar-a-Lago and trafficking them.
And he caught them.
And trafficking them. Yeah, you're right. All right. Yeah, Trump didn't like that. You know why Trump didn't like that? Because those were his girls.
Brick, come on. Brick, come on, bro.
Hey,
come on, bro.
Hey,
come on, bro.
Hey, Brett, you the type of nigga we need around because you're making this exciting, dog.
Man,
wait. So you're telling me
I'm gonna take it to street shit. How don't
oh my God.
fight each other over their hoes?
No, nigga, not a real pimp. Not a real pimp.
Yes.
No, stop, dog. A real pimp, no. Listen, we're not finna talk about that because I don't want to glorify that, but I'm just saying the pimp game ain't like that. It shouldn't be. A bitch chose up, she move on. That's how it allegedly is supposed to go. Do you have haters? Yes, you have haters. Just like look, okay, look, let's do this because I don't like when we use street analogy, and that's something we typically do as Black people because that's the best way we can understand a lot of these examples. But we're going to use it, but I want to kind of use a scholastic view. Wherever there's debauchery and perversion, there is no honor. People will tell. That's just what it is. People will tell. But what we're assuming, because we don't like a person's politics, is that one of the largest trafficking rings that probably has existed in the modern history, that this guy was participating. He is so involved in this and decides one day, because this prick likes the young girls that he likes, that he goes out and decides to snitch too. I think that we think that President Trump is that dumb. And I just don't think that. Could he be racist? Yes, he's a white man over the age of 70. What white men are? Maybe a little bit racist past 70. But do we think that this guy is so idiotic that he would go participate in this and then go snitch on himself? I don't believe so. This is what I do believe. I believe Trump's all throughout these files and a whole bunch of other people. But I don't think that Trump is involved in the way we think, and that's why he was okay with releasing these files. Because if he was really in there doing dirt, hey, they could have been removed. Pam Bondi could have said, "We're gonna comb through and pull out back." Hey, listen,
he blacked out 3,000 pages.
They're going in to get all those redacted. Look, they're going to go see the unredacted parts. You know that, right? Everybody's doing this. I don't think that was just his decision. What I'm telling you is, I believe that this is a draw for on the liberals. I believe it's like, okay, they don't see it. And it's like, hey,
especially don't see what's going on.
Black people really don't see it. It's like, oh, you want me to drop these files, eh? You think I'm so bad, eh? Watch what I'm going to do now. I'm going to release these because, hey, I'm rich enough that if I wanted to do some real debauchery shit, I don't need Epstein. I don't need Jeffrey Epstein to have my own shindig going on. I can do what I want to do. He's not. Listen, I believe that Epstein is a compromised individual. I definitely believe that Epstein is a part of some intelligence agency, and he was there to do what he went to do. We have to understand that Trump's rich already. A lot of these guys aren't rich. Epstein was given this money by someone. He doesn't even have a college degree. How does he become a math teacher? He's compromised. This guy, you don't think this guy knows that? You don't think this rich guy, Trump, can go do all the debauchery stuff that he really wants to do? I think he recognized that this guy is weird. This guy is odd. I don't want him around. He probably heard rumors about this guy. And yeah, he decided to tell on him. It's just what it is. And he knew this. Right. He knew not only that, he knew, I do believe this, because they all talk in that 1%. I believe that he knew it was a bunch of people involved. And I know he was like, you know what? Y'all want me to drop this shit? I'm going to drop this shit. And wait till you see that your favorite is in there doing some of the worst of the worst.
All right, I want everybody's response on this. Even Kavoy Floyd and Tennyson 85-14. Okay.
That's Miss Kavoy. Shout out to Kavoy. That's my cousin. Okay. And shout out to Tanisha. That's my homegirl. You know, we always got friends and family that come through and show up. Hey, hold on. Before we continue, If you're watching live on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, throw 50K in the chat. Y'all know we have a 50,000 sub campaign going on. If you're on Facebook and you already know how I get down on Facebook, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the share, talk some shit in the comments. Y'all already know we already doing some kind of controversial little wonky on here. That's it. That's my little shameless plug. Okay, go ahead, Brett.
All right, now, do y'all think that Trump went to Epstein Island? He got there and he was like, wow, look at this. It's a lot of bad stuff going on. It's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on here. Man, these are underage kids. Man, I'm not getting myself involved in that. I'm going back to Florida, and then I'm gonna wait 10 years and then call her.
Is he confirmed as being on the island? Did he even be there? Did he even go?
No. I think if you got a preconceived notion.
If he reported him, what did he report?
Brett, you just explained to the crowd why he reported it. When I was trying to, you beat me to it, right? What he reported about the pooching the girls off Mar-a-Lago. But here's the thing. The greatest trick ever pulled on man was what the media did in 2015 with Trump, making him the face of racism. This is the greatest. This is the greatest.
You know what, man?
I'm beyond Trump. Hold on, Brett, because you hold on. It's not done yet, man. It's not done yet, boy. The greatest trick they ever did, because it don't matter what left field shit they come with about this nigga, y'all gonna run with it every time. Y'all so caught up, y'all don't even see. It's like it was redacted, and we gotta see them redacted names, bro. They were doing that purposely. She already done told y'all why she did it, and it makes perfect sense to me. Maybe not to you, but it makes perfect sense to me. But whatever, you feel me? But whatever that they say he did it to y'all because y'all already got the preconceived notion. Prior to this, you never heard a negative thing out of a black person's mouth about this dude.
That's not true, man. That's just not true.
We've never discussed this man in a negative manner. Most people didn't know nothing about the ad on Essential 5, or it slipped their mind by the time we was talking about Donald Trump in 2002, 2000 rap songs. Everybody loved this motherfucker. He was in rap videos. He was next to Oprah. Whoopi Goldberg loved him. If the media doesn't do it just all makes sense why they work so hard, especially the second term, to keep him out of there, because they probably knew what he was about to do, and it was like, nah, we got to put the muzzle on this motherfucker. Like it's too many things working against the theory of what y'all trying to say. I just don't know no nigga, no person that would ever be a child molester with evidence on them being a child molester, go and point out other child molesters. That's a hell of a risk to take, bro. That's a hell of a risk to take, but you got it though, brother.
And I also want to point this out too. Okay, so they talk about Pam Bondi and possibly the feds watching those going to go search these files. Don't you guys know that this is potential investigation ongoing? And she alluded to that. I believe that this is an investigation ongoing now. Yes, I'm going to watch you look at things. I want to know if we don't think that the government watches us, if we don't think the government keeps tabs on us, then we're sadly mistaken. I definitely want to see who's looking in those files, and I want to see what you're looking up. We just think, oh, they just want to, like, we have, this is what all I'm saying. We have made everything about Trump. We got to get, as if he created racism, as if Trump created the Ku Klux Klan, as if Trump created slavery. He invented slavery, as he invented whiteness. He didn't. That is a liberal trick, and it's like we are really moving away from all. This is good versus evil. This is not Republican versus Democrat. We need to understand that. And guess what? On the evil side, it could be a mixture of people of different races as well.
Drew, I'm glad you said that. Do you think Trump's on the good side?
I don't know. As far okay,
boy, Courtney, man.
That's a very that's not a yet. Okay, listen.
Side for sure.
Hey, listen.
What is he? No. Let me ask you something. What good has Trump done for anybody? But that's below. I think
he saved freedom of speech. I think he's definitely saved freedom of speech.
He saved freedom of speech.
Man, he has preserved freedom of speech. When he came in and he talking the shit that he talking, that means we all can talk the shit that we want to talk. Previously,
Well,
liberals were heavy on censorship, especially Kamala. Do you want to pull up some quotes? I mean,
yeah.
they were heavy. They were heavy on censorship. They want okay. What about all this COVID false shit? You couldn't say nothing false about COVID and the injections. They were banning
Do
people
you
and
do
trying to
you
kick people.
do you okay,
What?
okay, all right? Do you think, okay, like Jimmy Kimmel, he has a big platform, right? All right. Do you think that it would be if he was seriously saying that all Republicans are draconians or lizard people or doing this? Do you think the FCC would allow him to say stuff like that?
He's still on out. He's still on air. He can say whatever he wants to say.
No, he can't say whatever he wants to on there. He
He can
can't.
say whatever he wants.
That's what
Hey, here's the issue with
he got snatched off for telling a
because
joke about
bro,
Trump.
because bro, it wasn't just about Trump. It was also involving Charlie Kirk. Like, look at what these people were saying about somebody that we all witnessed got taken out, bro. Like, there's a piece of this where
So
people are
where's the freedom of
overlooking.
speech? So you can't make a joke about a
Brett,
guy that got shot in the neck.
Brett. I'm gonna rewind
Where's
you. I'm gonna
you said
rewind you.
you said Trump saved freedom of speech.
Yeah, he
I
did.
believe he preserved it.
Brett.
Oh, then why did
Brett,
Jimmy Kimmel get suspended?
that was something to do with his employer, bro, and him going out there and not having a conversation about Charlie Kirk. They told him not to have, and he did it. That was his employer. That wasn't Trump, though. That was his employer.
That wasn't his Trump.
His employer told him
that was the head of
it, bro.
That was the head of the FCC.
Not to say something about a dead man, bro, that just got killed, and he did it anyway. That was it. It wasn't even the worst thing, but they told him not to converse about it because it was too much of a hot topic, and he did it anyway. But here's my thing, though, right? When me and you originally had this conversation, I said, bro, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg literally went to the Senate, went to Congress, and told you how hard the left was leaning on him to censor people on Facebook. You said, oh, it was misinformation. And I said, bro, who determines what's misinformation? Who has the power to do that? When you're in a battle, a left versus right, who has the power to say what's right and wrong? Because if me and you battle, and of course I'm gonna say everything you say is wrong, and everything you say is wrong, everything I say is right. I think y'all okay with censorship as long as it's going against what y'all say. Now, if it's something that y'all agree with in this while, then it can fly. But if it's something y'all disagree with, then y'all are cool with censorship. So we can definitely put that off on y'all because y'all definitely censored a lot more people. Your party censored a lot of people, bro.
Definitely.
All right, let's talk about this. I want to talk to you, Drew, because you're a military man. Okay. How do you feel like because most of the censorship debate was about the COVID-19 vaccine. Now,
right.
Do you feel that like when they were putting stuff out, people were putting out saying that the COVID-19 vaccine was making men sterile, was causing autism in children, was doing all that. That's not true. Now, how do you feel about so do you think that anybody on any platform should be able to say anything like that?
Yes, I believe that you should be able to say whatever you want to say. But what we do is when we start talking about things of that nature, I think the right track was fact checkers. That was the thing that came about. I think you should have fact checking. There's no problem. You can say what you want to say, but because nobody knows everything, I think you should have fact checking. The issue that I have with the COVID vaccine and the COVID issue was, hey, there are issues surrounding this COVID vaccine. There's a bunch. Like, what's the guy that made that comic, Dilbert? That guy that got cancer, and he kind of said that it was because of that vaccine that the people that didn't get the vaccines might be right. There's issues with the vaccine, something that did not go through the trial period it should have went through. Now, is it causing people to go sterile? Is it causing people to be autism? I don't know. But I think there is going to be health issues because of the COVID vaccine. Now, do I think people should be canceled, censored to the point to where they can't get online, getting their pages taken? No, I don't believe that. But you should indeed be able. Freedom of speech is freedom of speech. You should be able to say whatever, but this is what we do. But we also have the freedom to come behind you and say, we're going to fact check what you're saying. We're going to challenge everything that gets said.
Do you think you have the freedom to say yell fire in a crowded theater?
Yes.
Oh man, well then
no. Listen,
you have a fundamental
listen.
Disconnection with the
you have the freedom of choice, but you don't get to choose the consequence. You have the freedom of choice.
Yes.
You can go into a theater and you can yell, "Hey, fire, fire." You can yell fire, fire, fire. But guess what? If someone gets killed, you can also be prosecuted. You can go make a threat. You can willfully wake up today and say, I'm going to go make a threat on someone. And guess what? You can get prosecuted.
Yeah.
We don't live in a black and white world.
Right.
And the reason why I say that Donald Trump did preserve, I know Tanisha don't agree. But the reason why I said that he did preserve freedom of speech is because I don't think he's heavy on censorship. Listen, I already said on here, because people think I'm MAGA. People call me a coon and all this other shit. I want you black people to understand this. If that white man can get on here and say whatever he want to say, you can get on here and say whichever you want to say, but you choose not to because you're scared. You want to align yourself with other groups and other people that you think have your best. You niggas afraid to be FBA.
Okay.
You niggas afraid. You niggas, let me cook. You niggas is afraid to get on here and say, Black America, I'm an American. I have a culture and a heritage here. I'm going to protect that. You have to align yourself with other groups because you are afraid of this white man that you keep calling racist. But this white man can get up here and say whatever he want to say. Just like I don't want to drop no other podcasters' names because I want to drop his name so bad, but I'm not. Like this fucking bozo gets up here and last week you was against FBA. You was saying it was some the CIA, FBI. Then you come the following week and say, oh, Black history is an American black thing. Duh, nigga. That's what the fuck we was trying to tell you. So listen, when I talk about Trump, I'm talking in terms of his politics. No matter how polarizing you think it is, how much it really does benefit black people if we wake up and see. I just don't think that I think that we're so blinded by this concept of racism, and we're so blinded by oppression that we don't really have going on in our lives that we do fall victim to identity politics, and we do it every day. And it's hard for us to wake up. And Brett, you are the leader. You carry the fucking flag for it. And it's crazy. You have gotten even worse in the past couple months. Like you are just, hey, you carry the flag. But I have to say, you make good arguments.
Mm-hmm. Do I make sense? That's what I want to know.
And it's entertainment. No.
Okay. All right. Here's my thing. Okay. Back to the freedom of speech. You're right. Freedom of speech there is freedom of speech in this country, and nothing can touch that. But there's just no freedom there's no freedom from consequences. And that includes getting snatched off a private platform or getting canceled. That's part of the consequence. I mean, if you get on there saying some bullshit, there it is. I mean, that's your consequence in there. Just like you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. You can't do shit like that, and then.
Well, you know what's dangerous? Here's what's dangerous. Once you start doing that, you get these truth networks. You get these other places where you can get a concentration of one type of thought. And that can be dangerous. If you get a super right-wing network that comes together and they say we can't be over here and say we want, so we're going to come over here and create groupthink, just like liberals do. I think either is dangerous. I think if you're extreme left is dangerous. If you're extreme right is dangerous. If you don't create, Facebook should be, okay, here's what's even wilder about Facebook. You can watch people get, oh, my bad, I got to say unalived. I can't say the word, but you remember when you could see that? You could see somebody, I'm sorry about the burp, but I didn't. Whatever. You can see somebody snorting cocaine on Facebook. You can see the worst of the worst debaucherous things, but you can't get on here and say COVID vaccines could possibly take you out. That is, you don't see a problem with. You don't see a problem with that?
Question.
I got a problem with
vaccine right now, though. What they saying about it right now? Did they not tell you that taking that shot doesn't guarantee you that you're not gonna get it? It's not gonna get it. It's not really helping the mass wasn't gonna keep you
End of the
protected from
pandemic.
it. Pretty much everything people were saying about it is pretty much true, right? I never heard about it giving nobody autism. I heard about now I did hear about certain vaccines. I think you meant the vaccines like that they've been given could cause autism in kids as of late. I don't think it was the COVID vaccine, but a lot of the shit that they came out, Fauci was full of shit, and it wasn't true though. So if we reverse it,
what if Fauci say that was wrong?
Stop. A bunch of shit.
Yeah, come on,
name
Brett,
one.
A bunch of shit.
Name
Brett,
one.
the shit,
A bunch of shit. Google is free,
one.
nigga.
No,
Google is free, nigga.
They literally just told you.
I'm putting your feet to the fire. Name one thing.
Listen, they literally just told you that getting the vaccine wouldn't prevent you from catching it or helping you when you caught it. So it's pointless.
Who said
They just said this last week, right? So literally,
who said that?
literally, some dude from the FDA just said this shit last week.
Some dude from the FDA.
If you're not on X,
from Kennedy's FDA said that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He's not credible.
Hey, it's funny. It's funny. You find you don't think Kennedy is legit, but you didn't have no problem when they had a grown 60-year-old white man dressed up there with makeup on, though. That's crazy. That's crazy to me, right? That's crazy to me. But
that grown. Here's the difference. All right. While Kennedy was snorting cocaine off a toilet seat, that cross-dresser was in medical school and got degrees and got MDs behind their name.
That cross-dresser was a play along, get along with anybody. And how do you I'll take a nigga that snorted cocaine before I take a grown man thinking he a woman and it's mental and have to depend on anything he got to say mentally. I promise you I would. And I promise you would too if that cocaine snorter was a liberal. But anyway, back to my point, right? Literally, the shit, as all this shit rolled back on Fauci that he was saying that we knew was bullshit then, the 6 feet, the mask, none of that shit was working. Now we're talking about censoring people for no fucking reason at this point. Cause we done been, it ain't a vaccine that can't keep you from getting a common cold. It's not a vaccine that I can take that can keep me from getting flu. It ain't none of that. But
there's no cure for viruses.
Hold on, Brett. But miraculously, it was a fucking disease, a virus that was going around that was killing people, and within 6-7 months they had a vaccine out for it. Come on, dog. Common sense, dog.
I can break it down to you if you're willing to listen. But if it's gonna fall on deaf ears, I'm not even gonna spend too.
Yeah, don't. How is it that there's no vaccines for any of the regular shit, but this super deadly shit? All of a sudden, it's a vaccine for it.
Okay, you know what? Is the flu regular? Because they have a different vaccine for it every fucking year. Every year.
Don't work.
It does work.
Don't work. It doesn't work.
It works.
That's the point.
You don't understand how it works. Just say that,
bro.
Say
that, Brett.
Viruses mutate. That's why you have the flu. All right, I'm gonna break. You know what? I'm gonna waste my breath just so it'll be on the record, and maybe you'll make a short out of this. Okay. All right. The flu virus has a different strand every year. Okay, it's like an umbrella. All right, the umbrella is influenza. Okay, it has a code. It's pretty simple, but then it has different strands. The 2021 strand, 2022 strand, 2023 strand, 2024, 25, 26, 27, and they're different. And what they do is they take that they take that mutated one and they make a vaccine out of it, stick it in you, so your immune system gets immune to it. So if it comes around again, it doesn't hit you as hard. So,
nigga, we not talking about the flu. We talking about some shit that came from Wuhan, China.
Okay, all right. I'm almost there. there. Okay, just like that. Coronavirus is the umbrella. That's like the flu, and that's what the COVID-19 is. It's a coronavirus, and it has strands. The strands are SARS, or the swine flu, bird flu, H1N1, all that type of stuff. Sorry, all that, and then Corona 19 is one of those too. And what they did, the black scientist woman, that y'all probably don't give no credit to. She what she did was she took the code from SARS, pretty much carbon copied it and made it to made this the COVID-19.
Man, she full of shit.
So who full of shit? You don't even know her name.
I don't. And I don't have to know her name.
Her name is Dr.
Corbin.
But like what I'm saying,
look how you just explained that. What human in their right mind is going to get a flu shot every year, allowing them to shoot you up consistently with the bullshit, right?
Millions of people do it.
Ultimately,
billions of people do it across the world.
And where we're here and you do that, a lot of people die, right? Healthy people at times too, right? So when somebody comes up with this shit on the fly, that was questionable, bro. That's questionable, bro. And then when y'all censored him, I keep saying y'all, it wasn't you, but the people you vote for, right? The party that you stand next to. When y'all censored these people for speaking up against it, and then they come back and tell you, well, that shit wasn't gonna never keep you from catching it. It really wasn't gonna help it out. It was really just, it's really just a shot in the dark. Respectfully, that's what you expect for them to come in. Shit, I couldn't have came up with nothing better. You feel me? I'm not a fucking scientist, but when people question that shit, for that to be you remember when niggas was saying shit like, if you die, you die. If you don't take it, I don't care about nobody that's not taking the shot. Y'all bought into that shit so fucking much. Y'all was wishing death upon people. Y'all was saying y'all didn't care if they died because they didn't catch it. Only for that shit, for all that questions to be validated 3, 4, 5 years down the line, bro. That's why that censor shit was bullshit, bro. It's no fucking coincidence that the left, the groupthink project motherfucking party of the left, was the ones pushing that shit, and the people who followed that shit will follow any fucking thing they tell you, dog.
All right, let me ask you something. Do you believe in the chickenpox vaccine, the measles vaccine, polio?
God. Yeah, for sure. I guess you can say I believe it.
Right. All right.
Just for the kick of it, fuck it, I believe it.
All right. Those vaccines, they take 5 years. They take 5. The FDA requires 5 years to test, right? Okay. It doesn't take 5 years to come up with it. They want to do 5 years to test it, just to make sure that there aren't any problems down the road.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, COVID-19, they did it for a year. And then they took the same thing, and now that was in 2019. It's 2026.
That was 2020, bro. That was in 2020, bro.
All right, it's 20.
That's when they hit us in America. It was March of 2020 when they hit here.
All right, 2020.
And they had shots going
2020.
Out.
It's 2020.
And they had shots going out early 2021.
In 6 weeks. In 6 weeks. It'll be 6 years since COVID hit the United States. Okay, now that vaccine hasn't produced any major effects for people down the road.
That's not true, dog.
What is it? What has it done?
Man, there's a lot of people coming out talking about that vaccine, man. There's
a lot of people talking about that.
Hey, so what I want, Brett, did you take the vaccine, Brett? Did you take the vaccine?
Yeah.
So you're saying that you're sterile?
No.
Nigga, hey, that nigga, y'all niggas crazy, man.
No. I mean, what I'm saying is, I'm telling you.
Hey, I had 5 kids before this shit. I took that shit. I can't get. Hey, you got.
I got 6 kids. I don't need no more. I'm gonna take another vaccine.
I was trying to have one.
Vaccine. You took the vaccine, Drew?
I did take the vaccine.
You know why you took the vaccine? Because the first day you joined the military, they stuck your ass with 5 different needles.
Yeah, all kinds of shit.
You had no idea what it was. They didn't tell you shit, and they took it.
No, they didn't. I didn't take a booster. I didn't take a booster. Honestly, I took the vaccine because I felt like, hey, I was seeing what was going on in real time. I didn't know enough about the vaccine. I thought I'd rather be safe. But if I'm being honest, I'm gonna say this. When COVID came out at the time, I could not work in the studio. And so I went to go Uber and Lyft full time to make ends meet. I was getting fevers and all kind of shit. I personally believe that I had got COVID a couple times,
Yeah.
and I worked out and drank whiskey. And you know what? I didn't get sick and die. And I think that our bodies can beat a lot of things if your
Some
immunity
people's
is high.
you're right. Some people's can,
Right.
but
I went and
others
got the
can't.
vaccine. I went and got the vaccine because I was like, you know what? Better safe than sorry. I looked up what I thought was the better one. But honestly, I regret that. I regret doing that because I think I'd have been okay regardless.
I think I tell people ask me, man, if they ask me if they should get the COVID shot, I say go to the doctor, get your immune system checked out, just make sure you're not immune compromised, and then go ahead and get it done. It's just like that. I mean, it's just that simple. I don't think
But but
it's
but
not
but
for
but but
it's not for
but let's
everybody,
be honest.
but it's for the 90% though.
COVID is not. I mean, to Greer's point, I think we got off track when we started talking about the measles and chickenpox. Like this is not that. This came from a lab where there's some of the deadliest shit on the planet there. Which, first off, let's back that up. There's controversy on how this fucking thing got out, which I personally believe it was bio weaponry.
I
Just
don't
gonna
know.
be honest, I think it was bio weaponry.
It's an animal virus. It's just, I
Man,
mean,
they be lying. That shit ain't no animal virus.
do you think that the swine flu, the bird flu, and SARS? I mean, if you think
I
those are
think it's
biological too,
bullshit.
then yeah, it is. I mean,
I think it's bullshit. I think they may have some viruses that they listen. All viruses don't translate from animals to human.
you're
I
right.
believe
You're
that
right.
I think a lot of it is bullshit. I believe there's biotechnology at work. I believe these are weapons. I believe they're deployed on us. I just honestly, I think this Wuhan shit never made. So people were just having orgies and eating bat soup, and somehow this disease just got out. I mean, that's what they want us to believe. Same thing with AIDS. A monkey was walking around and just got ate up or some shit. And it's like they want us to believe that these things happen. I really don't believe that. I think it's very there's some controversy. They know that this thing came from Wuhan. Remember when Trump said it was a Chinese disease and everybody
The
was like,
Chinese
"Oh,
virus.
oh, it's a Chinese virus. Oh, no, he's racist." But it's like, no, it very much so did originate there. That's where it came from. And it's some weird wonky story on how that happened. So, I think it came from China. I have my own beliefs in what I think it was. I definitely think that there was some human engineering behind it, but and that would lend a hand to how they may have come up with this vaccine so fast. But I don't think we knew enough about it. Tanisha pointed out this too in the comments that they were all wrong. I mean, it was not tested enough. They didn't know enough about it, and they just went with it. And I think, listen, do you know what a psyop is? Do you know
I
what a
do.
psyop is?
I do. I do. Tell me what you think it is.
Psychological operation. It is very easy to pull off. We're not that bright enough to miss when it's happening to us. I think that we're all on the daily, no matter what you believe. I think we are being manipulated into outcomes. And I think there's programming. We don't know where the majority of the mass can be manipulated. However, the combatants to that, or the combat weapon to it. I'm just saying some shit. I'm just kind of just going off the dome right now. Is that we are in the most surveillance time that we've ever lived. We have cell phones, we have cameras everywhere. I don't think it's as easy to run these psyops as they had before, but I definitely think that we are battling psyops all the time. And so all we're here to go off of is what somebody's telling us. Oh, this is what happened. Oh, these vaccines work. Oh, we're sure. Blah, 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 blah. Like, there's also, I've seen information. I don't know if this is true that the mRNA, that shit's like recoding your DNA. I mean, that sounds far fetched, but is it possible? Probably. Like, I just think we need to be a more well read society and we need to stop going off of what people are telling us. But I mean, that's a possibility. Like, if this shit is restructuring our DNA, what does that mean later on down the line? Because we know that they can do that. They can totally cut out things in your DNA and have a different result. Allegedly, this is what like some of the cure in HIV is going to be, is that they can go in, cut that shit out, these viruses, and so it's not replicating it. Which, hey, this technology can be used for good, but at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know. I just think, listen, This whole episode, this is the conspiracy. I should have named it that. This is the conspiracy episode. We're talking about all the conspiracies. And I believe that, yes, I believe there's a. Listen, you know what else we're overlooking? Like, there is so much information on UFO existence. Like, amongst all this shit we're talking about, we have that at play too. There's just a bunch of things that are happening at once that I think we're desensitized to. I mean, if this Pizzagate thing was real, this whole pedo ring, you don't believe that?
You mean that
No.
they was ordering $75,000 worth of pizza, huh?
Okay. The police, they raided it. That dude, the police checked it out. The FBI raided it when that dude came up in there and trying to free the kids and almost had a huge shootout. And they found nothing but pizza dough and pizza sauce.
You mean the dude that went to jail then got out and got killed, huh? I think
You know what?
Brett,
Here's my thing. Here's my thing about conspiracy. All right,
yeah.
the man. I'm not even gonna say the white man. The man only does things if it doesn't make sense for someone gaining money or power. It doesn't really make sense. That's why flat Earth never makes sense to me because all right, we see all the planets are around, and then why would they perpetuate the Earth being round when it's really flat? There's nothing to gain on that.
I literally don't even think too far about the flat Earth. That's never been my thing. But that's like asking why do they lie about a lot of shit? Like we'll never know. The landing on the
to
moon
get money.
The landing on the moon seems very far fetched at this point. They'll tell you they going to Mars, but they haven't been to the bottom of the ocean. It's only they'll tell you we've only explored 10% of the ocean. A lot of that shit.
James Cameron went to the bottom of the ocean. He went to the Mariana Trench.
A lot. That's a part of it. That's not the bottom of the.
That's the deepest. It's the deepest part of the ocean.
Yeah.
It's 6 miles. It's deep. It's deeper than how Mount Everest is high.
Yeah, you can't go to the bottom. You see what happened with them dudes with the.
They didn't. They was stupid. They was trying to go there. They was trying to go down there. They was trying to do. They was trying to do off roading in a Corvette. Yeah. James Cameron went down there in a major capsule. Go look.
Brett,
YouTube. It's on YouTube.
That's a part. Like it's almost like being in a swimming pool. It's like me touching the bottom at 6 feet. You touch the bottom at 7 feet, and then they go all the way to like 10, 11 feet.
Yeah, he got a pressurized capsule.
So that's not they haven't been to that bottom of the ocean. You can't. A lot of that you can't. That's only part of it, right?
I used to think that way, man. But there's really nothing down there. I mean,
Brett. How would you know that, Brett?
Common sense. Common sense. You know what? You know why? Let me ask you something. Okay, if there were crazy monsters down there, what are they eating down there?
Brett,
are they eating each other?
I don't know, Brett.
There's nothing down there to eat.
Hey,
nigga,
Brett,
you sound goofy.
No, James Cameron went down there and they took
James Cameron.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is James Cameron? The nigga that did Avatar?
Yes. Yeah.
You think you trust in him?
They made a documentary about it.
That's why you laughing, bro. You can't even say that shit with a straight face, and I might believe you.
They made a documentary about
it. Nigga can't do it.
Brett, you can't go. Literally, it's all.
I'll put it in the group. I'll put it in the group and let y'all see it.
Hey, close. It's already out. Hey, but my thing is though. But the funniest thing he just said, man, they nothing at the bottom of the ocean. Like,
that nigga said, what are they eating?
Yeah, it's a bunch of microscopic stuff that you can't find at the top.
And we trust that James Cameron knows this.
Brett,
hey man, okay, hold on.
Brett, you a wild boy for that statement. Brett said,
what do y'all think is down there? Y'all think Bigfoot down there?
You hit a new low.
You think the Loch Ness monster down there?
Hey, we don't know.
You think Godzilla down there? You think Godzilla got a house down there?
Hey. That's like you saying, you going to the club? And I was like, man, ain't nothing at the club. I ain't going.
It ain't no hoes out there. Nigga, what?
Ain't no hoes at the
Ain't no hoes at the club. Why would I do that?
You a wild boy for that, bro.
We don't know. Do you know how much of the earth is unexplored?
A lot of it, man.
Okay, so how do we don't know?
Brett, think about this. Just FYI, real talk though. Think about how much shit that you knew 20 years ago that you didn't know 20 years ago. You really can't put nothing past nothing at this point, bro. You really can't. You can't put anything past anything at this point. So if they tell you they got the sperm whales, then that really, really, I could kind of believe it, bro. Like this is the Earth is a very complex place, bro. I could believe that it's some stuff that we haven't seen that might be down there. They might know it though. They might know it.
Nigga, it's
You think
jelly.
dinosaurs are down there or something?
Nah,
Man,
but
come
I
on,
don't
What
know
do y'all
bro.
about
think
that.
down
But
there? What do y'all think
it's
is
other
down there?
stuff though.
They're jellyfish as big as school buses.
Damn.
I mean, what are they eating?
Nigga,
I
but
mean,
that is real. I just told you a fact. What do you mean? That's
Are they
real.
the size of a school bus?
Nigga, Google it. There are jellyfish that are the size of school buses down there. Yes.
and you know what I heard one time, Drew, um, my boy, Daddy, he was in the Navy and he was an engineer, and they said, what was that in Brazil? Wherever the Amazon is, they were saying that when they go check out new lands and stuff, especially with a lot of terrain, they'll put like cattle there to see how they act, and they were saying they was putting the whole cows there, right? And the cows is disappearing. And
What appeared?
they was putting cows there, like full grown cows, and the
Moo cows.
and they was disappearing. And they said they was saying 50 and 60-foot alligators there. And I thought that shit was far fetched too before YouTube. I was like, man, that's some bullshit. But now that you kind of see stuff in a different light, I could believe it's places with very big, very, very more bigger, dangerous, more animals than we might know, and wildlife that we might know. You feel what I'm saying?
I got
All right.
something that could be fact checked. I was in the Navy. I got something that could be fact checked.
Yeah.
At the time of me reading Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper, who was also in the Navy, who talked about seeing objects come out of the water. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, there were people that were in the Navy with me that said they had saw the same thing. And guess what we are confirming now from those reconnaissance cams from fighter jets that fly off carriers? They have them captured on camera. It's not all bullshit. Yes, they have captured
Capture what on camera?
UFOs. What do you mean?
Oh,
That's
UFOs?
real. That's declassified.
I mean,
Listen, it is declassified because there's nothing under the water. They have nothing to eat. There are things coming out of the water that come out of the water and fly in our airspace. This has been declassified, and this is true.
So okay, all right, okay.
No, that is a fact.
Hey man, if you say it's a fact,
Nigga, I don't say it's a fact. It's been declassified.
My thing though, Brett, my thing is, I think where we at right now in the world, bro, I think you can at least be like, you really can't say that it's like not a chance of this. I think it's a lot of stuff we just don't know.
I'm gonna say if there's stuff down there, man, I don't know about it. I personally, my opinion, I don't really think there's nothing significant down there. I think there's fish. I think there's fish species that do feed on the bottom that are down there that feed on bacteria and stuff like that and plankton. But like for something significant of size, like whales, like whales are the biggest creatures on the earth, right?
Okay.
They don't be down there. They don't be at the very bottom unless they die. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why? Because the food is closer to the surface.
I don't know, Brett. But
unless it's something down there. I mean, that's my logic, man. Maybe my logic is it's too simple for most people to understand.
I feel you, but I think where we're at now, I would say I was thinking like that maybe like 10, 15 years ago. But I think where we at now in the world, bro, I think we can't put anything past anything, if that makes sense to y'all. We can't. Like, it's too much uncertainty. And I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. And a lot of my ways and my thought process, my faith doesn't waver. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, say you be learning some of those, bro. Oh, no. Oh, I'm talking about them fries. But that, you can have them, though. Them good. Oh, man. Oh, he took them. Okay. But anyway, I think what we know now, year by year, has stuff that comes out. Like I think we got to be kind of mindful that it's a lot of shit that we thought was true once that's probably far more graphic, far more far fetched than we've ever could imagine. I think, and that's kind of what my thought process is right now. You feel me? Like,
Do I think there might be aliens in Area 51 or Hangar 18? I'm 50-50 on that, man. And I understand why they don't want to let that information out, because most motherfuckers can't handle that shit, dog. You know, people go crazy. Mass hysteria, religious hysteria. Everything will go crazy. People wouldn't be able to digest it. So I don't think there's anything in there that's going to change my life or anything that could change anything. I just think that I think most of the stuff that they found is I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't say one way or another, man. I watched Unsolved Mysteries when I was a kid, and I watched all this other stuff and X-Files and stuff. But like, man, that's fun to talk about, man, but I don't know. I don't put a lot of stock into it.
So you think the world is pretty much just black and white? It's like, hey,
no,
black and white.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think there's a lot of shades of gray in this world, and I think shit just don't happen just for happening. I think people have agendas. You know what I'm saying? And the agendas isn't necessarily like this whole immigration thing. Why do you think this is I believe in the birth dearth, the birth dearth of the white man, because they're not having enough children, and they are desperately trying to stay the majority in this country. That's why they're trying to deport as many people as they possibly can.
So wait a minute. So okay, talk to me about immigration.
Mm-hmm.
You believe what is the agenda on immigration? I think is the biggest issue of today, and I think this will continue. So, what do you think the agenda with immigration is?
I think Trump pulled the bait and switch on y'all. He says he wants to get
who?
Trump. I think he's. I think.
Why do y'all? Nigga, do y'all?
Let me explain.
Trump, my bad. I'm sorry. Right. Go ahead, Brett. I'm sorry.
All right. I think that immigration. I think he sold us that the problem in this country are illegal immigrants. They're rapists. They're criminals. They're doing this. They're killing all the people. They're taking all the black jobs. They're doing all this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna deport all the criminals and all that. But when he came in, instead of deporting the criminals, he just start deporting everybody who is past a visa, who is working here, and who's here on asylum, who's here, but he's only deporting people from Latin countries. You know what I'm saying? He's not deporting like people from European countries or and he's not even deporting people from a lot of Caribbean countries either. But I think he's.
So do you think this starts? Do you think this started with Trump?
The immigration issue?
Yeah. Please don't. You're too smart for this, bro.
No.
You think this started with Trump?
To be honest, man, I didn't think there was a real immigration problem in this country. I understand what immigration is for. Immigration keeps this economy going, working at above board. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who's building the houses? Who's picking the crops? Who's doing the janitorial?
Nigga, don't that sound like a white man talking point? Listen, this would kill me with you. This would kill me with you niggas. The immigrants. I'm finna get on you niggas for talking these. Y'all got white liberal talking points. Listen to what you said. Who's gonna pick the crops? Who's gonna build the houses?
Yep.
People that will get underpaid. People that will come up with fake social security numbers and pay into the social security system and not get paid that you talked about. That's who. Like, that is the most liberal white shit you could fucking say. That's not even liberal. That's some like racist systemic white shit to say. And it's like we're so comfortable with saying this. So we feel that immigrants should come over and work cheap labor jobs and get paid just that. Because we like to eat grapes and watermelon and shit. I think that is terrible. First off, 11 illegal immigrants. We're We're not even talking about the immigration system as a whole. 11 illegal immigrants under the Joe Biden administration came across the border, and they know this. And you're telling me that you don't think that's a problem? That is
You said
that is
you
an
said
issue.
you said 11. You mean like 11,000?
11 million. There were
A million?
millions of people.
Uh,
No, there were 11. Listen, all journalists, credible journalists. Ask Kamala, how the fuck did this happen? And with that bullshit, they don't. I'm gonna tell you what's happening. You want to know what's happening? I'm gonna tell you what's happening. And everybody out there in TV land, I don't care what side of the coin you're on with this shit. I'm finna break this shit down. Illegal immigration is about numbers and it's about power. Many of the Latinos that come to this country, you're going to associate with a few groups. You're either going to be white, you're either going to remain to have your culture, or you're going to side with niggas. Because at the end of the day, American culture is rooted much in Anglo-Saxon and being black and a bunch of shit that's mixed in between. I don't care if you like that, it's just what it is. So, illegal immigrants, when they come over here, I think the majority, and it's not just Latino, it's Asian, it's Indians, they're associating themselves with whiteness. And these groups, when they associate themselves with whiteness, they don't like niggas. So it's crazy to me that niggas sit up here and defend this shit so much when these different groups come in your neighborhood and set up these corner stores and all these businesses that you can't have any access to. Now, I'm gonna tell you what was even more gets more abused is our Mexican brothers and sisters, who many are citizens, many whom have been here, especially when we talk about Texas, uh, that are not necessarily Mexican nationals, but be Mexican in ethnicity. How they get abused and misused in this conversation too. Because when you go down to far Texas, when you go to El Paso, many of them are conservative and have even shifted to being conservative because they align with the views. I believe that more than not, regardless of what you feel about Trump, these are there's a liberal machine behind the misusage of what immigration really is. It's just everybody's being exploited. Everybody's being exploited. The Latinos are being exploited. They're not a homogenous monolithic group. They have difference of an so we're just saying, hey, Latinos are idiots and they're just gonna come here and vote one way to get free. They don't all think like that. That's why I don't allow Mexican American slander. I don't like me. I might be alone as a black man with this. I don't like it because I think that Mexican Americans and blacks actually have a lot more in common that they don't because they have this caste system that they deal with as well. They have this social class system that they deal with as well. So I get it. I think that black and brown political alliance could be very powerful, but I don't think it needs to align under the Mexican flag. Why? Because I'm not Mexican. I'm an American. And many of them that have come to America that want to take advantage of what the American dream is that our forefathers have fought for, slaves, they want to take advantage of it. They need to be under that umbrella. And then we can come together as an ethnic group. But there's no country in this world that's going to allow another country to come in and infiltrate it and take it over. Like, we need to be more honest about these conversations, and we need to be a little more serious. Okay? We definitely do. The immigration issue is a fucking problem. Why would we let a bunch of other countries that themselves have issues with each other? First off, Puerto Ricans and Mexicans don't fucking align. Like, where did this come from? These different Latino groups don't always align. A lot of times why that is, Puerto Ricans is niggas. Dark Cubans is niggas. The white Latinos or the white Spanish recognize this. They have a caste system. No difference than dark skinned people. Like, you light skin, you dark skin. Dark skinned niggas feel this way. These are all mechanisms of white supremacy. That's the real white supremacy that we constantly, no matter where we are, no matter where the pendulum swings, we all participate in it, and we can't recognize, hey, that's an issue. That's why I said on my show on the Charm Hour, formerly the Charm Hour, when you don't have racism, you must replace it with something. Racism helped the country actually go in order. I know people don't like this, but racism allowed the country to operate in order. When you remove racism, when you remove systemic racism, white supremacy, you have to replace it with something. And the only thing that you can replace it with is nationalism. But when we start talking about nationalism, we start talking about Hitler and shit like that. That just, nigga, that ain't the just, ICE is not the Gestapo. Like, we need to, listen, we have to be historically accurate when we're talking about shit like that. I don't like that. I love history. I love World War II. It's one of my favorite times. World War II in Vietnam, studying these incidents and why it happened. I love it. That's not the Gestapo. It's not. Trump is not Hitler. It's not. We would, you know why Trump is not? We're going live right now. If that was the Gestapo, they kick this fucking door in right now and take me to a concentration camp. It's not happening.
I think most
That's
people
not the time that we live in.
Especially like me. I don't say Trump is like Hitler, but I think ICE is using Gestapo tactics. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're not. It's illegal. Listen, regardless of where we like, listen, you have to understand this too. Whether people want to listen, I don't care what your personal story is in an immigration tale. That amount of immigration, illegal immigration, is a national security issue. I don't give a fuck. Listen, everybody's gonna want. Listen, if you don't think so, go back to where you came from and fix that. We niggas could not go nowhere. We fought to get the civil rights here. The shit that people are coming to enjoy, we got Billy. You can go into Target because Martin Luther King got his fucking head blown off. I don't know why people don't understand this. Oh, Martin Luther King, he took us into a burning house. But your black ass be at Target buying shea butter. Okay?
We don't fuck with
you have to understand, but I fuck with Target and I love it. You fuck with Walmart? Do you fuck with Walmart?
I was just making a joke, dog.
I think the whole talk about the ICE is like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Come on.
You think ICE is doing a great bang up American red-blooded job?
It's not about me thinking they doing a great job. It's me understanding they doing what needs to be done, bro. Like it has to be done, bro.
The first
issue, it has to be done, and it doesn't matter. It's kind of crazy that we talking about all these things. You literally said it was because of the white man want to keep the numbers up. So when Obama was doing it, it was because the white man wanted to keep his numbers up, or was that a different? Well, why was he doing it?
Obama was deporting criminals, dude.
No. I'm saying though, because we know that's not true. I proved that not to be true like 3 weeks ago, bro.
How?
I proved that not to be true.
How?
Literally, because in 2012, when his spokesperson got up there, told you that they had got rid of 395,000 immigrants and 195,000 of them was criminals, and the other that it was half and half. So we know that's not true, Brett. We know that's not true. That's the word. It's in our text thread. Okay. She literally said they got 195,000 of them were criminals, convicted criminals, and everything.
All right, I explained it. I explained it. I explained it.
No, you can't explain what she said. You can't go back and say, "Oh, she said this. She said
convicted."
That. You're only convicted. Listen, you're only a convicted felon if you're convicted, not because you got arrested, not because you was charged with something, not because it looked like you was about to do something. So when you say they was getting all the criminals, dog, that's simply not true.
They were getting people that was arrested.
Bro, that don't make them a criminal. You getting arrested? I've been arrested too. I don't have a criminal record.
You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. Just because you're arrested and you're a criminal, but if they detain you for suspicion of a crime, and then they run your background and you're here illegally, they're gonna deport you. I think that's fair. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think if you're an illegal immigrant and you get deported, that's fair, bro. Period.
Okay, you're okay. All right. Even if okay, let me ask you something. If let's say you come across the board, you have a visa, you have a work visa, and so to come here and it lasts 3 years, right? And then you go through, you get your paperwork, you go through. Okay, all right. 2 years have passed. Now you're ready to schedule You have to schedule another hearing to get more time here. Okay, you okay? Hold on, Drew. Okay, all right. You schedule your appointment. Okay, well, the courts are backed up. We're gonna get you in when we get you in, but it's gonna be after your expiration date. Okay, all right, and let's say, and then so ICE, what they're doing now is they're getting these people that are on the docket that came here legally, and then they're going in, and while they're in court, before they see the judge, before the judge can stamp them legal, and they scooping people up. Now, I just want to know. All right, I just want to know: is that the right thing to do?
Brett, are they illegal?
I don't give a fuck. You know why I don't give a
like
fuck?
this.
It's 600 kids going to color. Wait, listen. I want to say this. I'm gonna let y'all cook.
Yeah.
Niggas gotta wake up. It's 600 kids going to fucking Cullen Middle School. Do you know how under fucking developed that is? It's 600 kids going to Worthing High School. Do you know how many? The black community is so fucking discombobulated to give a fuck about anything else. The regular working class American cannot afford to put enough shit on their table and pay their bills and live comfortable, and we worried about some motherfuckers running from somewhere else to get over here. I'm sorry, and I might have a lot of people that don't like that. I may have a lot of people that's upset with me because I have friends of all spectrum. But if you ain't fucking with that, I'm sorry. Regular fucking people that work here got to wake up, put gas in their tank, put food on their table, feed their badass kids, try to take some trips and live the American fucking dream, and we worried about some motherfuckers running from their country to come over here, but we can't do that shit. If I look at our community, Alcott closing, Hobby Elementary closing, look at what's going on with our fucking school district. Acres Home is being gentrified by the millisecond. Look at what's happening in our niggas is more concerned about what the TV tell them to be concerned of than what's going on in their neighborhood. I'm sorry, no, I do not give a fuck. Because Dr. Claude Anderson been talking about this. We have been talking about the issues in our community. Dog, do you know in Freemantown, what's that? That's Fourth Ward, right? Ain't that Fourth Ward? Do you know they taking up the bricks? Yes, they have removed the brick. The bricks that these people that represent our history have been removed. Talking about by accident. And what the fuck we worried about? What do we worry? Listen, then we get called fucked up because we don't understand the fucking Bad Bunny goddamn concert. Or when we saying some shit that affects these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about us. And we built this. We built it. This shit, let me tell you something about that Anglo-Saxon. If he wasn't shit, you should have stopped him at the 13 colonies. That motherfucker took the 13 colonies and went all the way to the Pacific and said, "This is mine." You didn't had all the time to stop him, and you ain't stopped him.
All right,
I don't give a fuck.
It's not about caring about illegal immigrants more than we care about what's going on in their neighborhood. This is just the flavor of the month, right? When you do this. Because if you're gonna bend the rules for this, then what's gonna stop
being bended, bro? You gotta stop that, bro. If
you're gonna bend the rules for this, what's gonna stop the bend the rules for niggas?
Bro, come on with the fear mongering, bro. Come on with the fear mongering, Brett. Come on,
next.
Bro.
We next. That train ain't never late.
How we next?
At what point do you focus on your issues and stop worried about what's going on next door, bro? At what point?
Trump is already talking about putting American prisoners in prisons overseas.
Man, I don't. Come on, bro. How much more fear mongering, bro? Hey,
Trump fear mongering? It came out of his mouth.
Hey, right now, women supposed to have lost their rights. It's so much stuff y'all said was gonna happen that I you know what? I'm gonna give it another 3 years. I'm not even gonna hit you over the head. Remember, the women were gonna have their rights. We was headed back in the chains. All like the fear mongering gotta stop, bro. That ain't your fade, bro.
You're right. You're right. It don't matter. It really don't matter.
That empathy and that sympathy y'all get,
he's gonna be stopped. He's gonna be stopped by this time next year.
Listen, from the feminine party, make sure empathy. Y'all saw the whole party sounds like women. This is what women do. Women will empathize and sympathize to their detriment. This is what women do. This is why they call the Democrat Party the feminine party, bro. Because y'all will empathize and
Don't nobody
sympathize.
call
And
Democrat
to the
Party the
point,
feminine
a
party.
lot of people call
You
it,
and
me
some
especially.
red pill dudes.
A lot. It's the
That nigga said some red pill dude.
yeah. That's hey. If it ain't red pill, it's right wing. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on.
Hey, it's no coincidence that the left is considered the feminine party, bro, because that's y'all lead with empathy and sympathy, even to your own detriment.
All
Like
right.
as a black person, it's too many issues you have within your community, maybe not personal, but within your community that you could be focused on instead of trying to argue about people who shouldn't be here in the first place.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Man, you know why we cook? Y'all joke about being cooked. You know why we cook? Because there's two. Let's break it down. It's not black and white. You're right. It's not liberal or conservative. There's levels to it, right? All right. And we're not going to talk about the conservative level right now, right this second. But here's the thing: on the liberals, you got a lot of people that's liberals, right? And then you got a lot of people that's conservative. Okay, let's talk about the conservatives. You got the ones that's been traditionally conservative, the Reagan Bush type conservative people, and that's what probably makes up most conservatives in this country. Okay, and then you got a few black conservatives, right? Okay, you got a few black conservatives. Then you got MAGA, and then you got the super crazies, like the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers, right? Here's the thing on them. They might not agree. They might even talk about each other a little bit. But when they go into that voting booth, they on cold. Now, here's the difference between liberals. You got regular liberals. You got people that do their thing. Liberal. They believe in civil rights and all that. Okay, and then you got your people that are super liberal. Those are the ones that are really crazies and that be having the 31 genders and they be talking about trans this, trans that, and then in there you got progressives. Okay, progressives are trying to take power and go forward legislatively. Okay, all right, and this is the difference. They all fight each other. They don't never come together unless they have one common enemy on the conservative side. But that's the reason why. And then now, and you want to know why black folks are liberal? Is because the liberal side is the best way for us to get legislative power to make things
bullshit.
change.
Fuck no.
Okay.
Fuck no.
All right. How many presidential? Okay. All right.
Fuck no.
All right. Let me ask you something. How many Republican black governors are there? How many Republican black senators are there? How many
Ask them motherfuckers about reparations and see what they say. Ask them when Beto or when he was asked, Beto, my bad, Beto, because he tried, he was pushing
he doesn't believe.
None of them do. Obama's a tether. He said he not down with it.
No, he didn't say
Kamala's
that. He didn't say that.
Man, they all. What'd he say? What'd he say?
Obama said that reparations are congressionally impossibility. That's
man, what he said. Hey, he's full of shit.
What about
Kamala? They got fucking casinos. I don't want to talk about the Native Americans.
No, I'm not talking about that. What? I'm talking about what's her name, Warren. She believes in reparations for black folks. There are a lot of people that believe in reparations.
Listen, that's a talking point. She ain't trying to really push that. Some of them are gonna come through with talking points. What I'm telling you is this.
Man, get off reparations.
Hey, listen, bro. One thing, no, yes, it is. Because the one thing that I'm not finna fucking do with this goddamn Democratic Party is act like they didn't really did shit for niggas. They ain't did nothing for black folk.
You're right. They haven't done very much. I wouldn't.
So what the fuck are we talking about? I don't give a fuck if we got a caucus. I don't care if there's a Democratic, whatever the fuck. They ain't did shit. And then the men.
What have the Republicans done for black folks?
Brett, you don't vote for Republicans.
Nothing. See. All right, let me ask you something. So let me ask you something. What if we got reparations and they went through, the charge was led by the Democrats. Would you feel differently about them?
That's like saying
yes or no? Yes or
like,
no?
That's like
yes
saying,
or no?
That's like saying if the Bloods gonna let the Crips take over the neighborhood, it's never gonna happen, right? But here's my thing, though, Brett. Here's my thing about the entire situation with them, with that situation. You say, what has the Republicans done? We've never voted Republican. The issue is we're giving away the vote for nothing, and then pretty much right now we're barely having something to hold on to, right? Right, pretty soon it's gonna be so many Mexicans in here that our vote not gonna mean nothing, bro. And as long as we continue to vote with no tangibles, bro, we're kind of disgracing our ancestors with the voting, bro. Like we're disgraced, like we're not getting anything for it. And of course, if I'm in power with the Democrats, I can't even be mad at them, bro, because I wouldn't give y'all shit neither. Because why would I give y'all anything when I can get what I need to get from y'all for free? Why would I give y'all anything?
But the thing with Mexicans is the belief is that they gonna automatically go liberal and they be voting for the
They're gonna
conservative.
switch over eventually too. Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, go ahead.
But I just think that
so you think just letting people in was a Democratic scheme that's backfiring?
No. I think it wasn't. It was definitely a Ronald Reagan engineered Republican thing, but I believe that the hijacking came from the liberals and it backfired.
And it backfired on them.
Listen, yeah, it did. It's a white thing. This is what I want you to understand. It's a white thing. It's a white middle class. It's a white upper middle class. It could even be a white 1% thing. It's not a minority engineered thing. And so to Grizz's point, we will give our votes away blindly to a machine that isn't looking at us as having value. So why not come back? What I'm preaching is backing up, having an agenda, using the cultural export we have that's powerful, using media and the way we manipulate the arts to get and garner what we want. I'm taking this from somebody by the name of Kevin, who was on the Greatest American Alive podcast. We have a power that we don't use, media. Common sense is what Thomas Paine wrote, and it spawns the American Revolution. That is that's the use of media. We can use media to spawn a revolution if we understand how to use it. While we got these sour hoes talking about everybody need to put their podcast mics up. No, we don't. We need to use media the way Thomas Paine did. We need to use media the way the printing press was inspired us to use media when we got the written word out. It's what we should do. But guess what we do? We misuse it. And we allow this party that has nothing to do with us really in actuality to misuse that cultural expression for bullshit. And guess what? I don't think that black people are as liberal as they used to be. I think that's one of the reasons why the country swayed. I don't think Latinos are voting the way Democrats think, because you know what's happening? Nationalism. You're seeing it amongst Latinos. You're seeing it amongst blacks. You're seeing it amongst whites. We're having nationalism, and we're also having a moral compass. Go ahead.
If you think black folks are more conservative than white folks, what are the 5 top conservative values in the Republican Party?
I'm glad you asked. I don't know if I can give you 5, but I can tell you things that black people have traditionally always pretty much been unanimously in agreement with. Is sexuality. We were a church-going people. We went to church. We didn't believe in, the choir director might have been sweet as all outdoors. Choir was banging on Sundays, but that's not something that we openly accepted. We were going to church. When it comes to the issue of abortion, yes, it definitely affects us. In fact, it affects us at a greater rate than any other demographic. But that was not something that your grandma, man, black women had the most. I did a story on this. Black women have the most. They are the highest demographic with abortions. That is a fact.
All your numbers came from Planned Parenthood.
All my fucking numbers came from Brett.
They came from Planned. That's the number. Is Planned Parenthood the only place that people aborted?
Brett,
Matter of fact, they're not. They're not even the most.
This is something that you can easily get on your phone, or you have
You got those
America
numbers from
Online.
Planned
You got
Parenthood,
America
dog.
Online. Get on your America Online, and you can easily research. It's not just Planned Parenthood, but let me
It
move on.
is.
Abortion is not something that we agree with. When we talk about the conventional family, black people had conventional families.
Okay, all right. If black people are the number one abortion aborting
Yes,
babies,
black women. Yes.
then how are we conservative as you say we are? Pick a
Okay,
side of the
let's.
fence.
Okay, do you know why we have the highest abortion rates?
Why?
Would you like to dive into this? Okay,
Sure.
and by the way, we do need more black scholastic view. So when people come with this bullshit, we can refute it. Here's why we have the highest abortion rates, because we also have the highest single parent rates. There's no fathers here.
Why is that?
If there were, why is that? That was what systemic white racism.
All right.
I've never done. Hey,
mass
never.
incarceration. The
I've
war
never
on drugs.
denied. I've never see. This is what I need the viewers to understand, because I get accused of this in the comments. I've never denied systemic white racism.
Okay.
I've never denied that these things exist. What I want you to open up your eyes and see is where it all comes from. That is not from one place.
In the last decade, single parents who in the black community has shrunk more than any other demographic.
It has shrank, but it is still not enough to get out of the 31. Listen, it is not enough.
It's not the most, and it's not the. And we are no longer the.
We have a 31. We have a 31% marital rate. Yes, we have more active fathers. Yes, the single parent households have gone down. But when we look at the correlation between marital rates and finance, it's undeniable.
But what do abortions do? Are they going up or are they going down?
At this point, I don't know. We honestly
they're going up. They're going up, and you know it. So your single parent theory is flawed.
Man, that's you
yes,
just talking now.
No,
you
I'm
just
not.
talking. A 31%. Listen, 31% marital rate. We still have the highest. Black women are the highest single. They have the high. I don't give a fuck with shrinking. They have the highest rate at being single parents. That is the correlation between the abortion rates. Yes, the marital rates, and the people don't plan B's and shit. People are not getting married in our community. Do you know about in 30 years? Listen, all demographics in 30 years, between the ages of 25 and 44, women will be single. This is what's happening. Our society.
Are you
there's a
in that Plan B. Are you adding?
When I brought up the issue of Plan B, that was merely to point out the fact that we are not family planning. I'm not talking about abortion. I'm not even, because I don't have the statistical number on that. What I'm simply telling you is the demographics as it pertains to who's getting the most abortion is, yes, black women. And that is a fact. So what I'm telling you is, when you say, well, why is that? Well, let's go look at the marital rates. That's an issue. Other groups are not doing. Black people are not flourishing like other demographics. This is a fact. I travel the country and I can tell you, all black cities are bullshit. These where's a bunch of niggas that's gonna be shitty. Where's a bunch of niggas that's gonna be shitty. Other demographics and other communities. Nigga, Memphis is a black city. Atlanta's a black city. Houston, goddamn near, is a black city.
No, it isn't.
It's the most diverse city in America, but it's a lot of black people. Where you see primarily black environments, you are going to see scandal. You're going to see bullshit. You're going to see a bunch of nonsense. You're going to see a bunch of hate. What?
Oh, in Pearland and Missouri City, you seeing all that?
Am I seeing what in Pearland? What part of Missouri City? We talking about Mo City or Missouri City? Because it's a difference. Don't niggas say that? You got Mo City and you got Missouri City. I want to stay in Missouri City. I don't want to have shit to do with no goddamn Mo City. Then if you look at the Southwest, the SWAT. Look at this shit that niggas have, I'm taking this from Rob J, have willed into being the ghetto. We have willed this shit into being the ghetto. Okay, here it is. We're gonna talk about some black cities.
How do you think ghettos are created? I mean, you never heard of white flight or basically and then basically gentrification and urban renewal
When
and
do we
pushing
take
people.
responsibility? When do we take the responsibility? We just gonna let the white man hold the bag for everything? When do we stand up and say we gonna stop it?
Give us our tax money, and then we'll take all
No,
responsibility we
we
need.
need to have families again. We need to make
Okay.
families great again, and
All
we
right.
need to stop as
Quit over policing black communities and locking up
uh
blocking
them
up
black
black bodies.
communities need to be over police.
Let's see, there you go again with that bullshit.
They do. Them black communities need
Hey,
to be over
hey,
You,
hey,
police.
hey.
use our money.
When we
Use
say
our money
stuff
for
like when we
use our
say
money.
stuff like
Use
our
our tax.
community over police, bro, what are we talking about really?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Use our black tax dollars for community centers, hospitals, grocery stores, and shit like that, and then you'll see the black community flourish.
No, I think when we say stuff like the black community over police, I think if you got somewhere where it's a high crime area, I really don't know how that works, right? But I'm gonna say this about the birth rate: black people are responsible for about 14, anywhere from 13.9% to 16.9% of the births in America, and black people also are responsible for 39% of all abortions in America, even though we 13%.
Planned Parenthood numbers, dog.
Nah, no, it's not. Stop it, bro. That's the six says nothing about Planned Parenthood. That's an overall. It literally
No,
said overall, bro.
you know why? You know why you're wrong? It's because medical records are protected by HIPAA law.
Bro.
Okay,
Think about what you're saying.
all
Think
right.
about what you're
Medical
saying.
records are
No, think about what you're saying.
abortions
So
are.
that would be like saying only black people medical records are protected or only white people. It doesn't matter what figure you're counting from. Out of all things accounted, it's 39% of black people, bro.
No, okay. Planned Parenthood records are public because they are federally. They're federally and state supported.
Bro,
Okay.
that's not the only federal and state supported thing. It still wouldn't matter. 39% of everything that is counted is coming from black people, bro.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. You don't have no fact. I can literally send you what I researched. You can't send me any of that. You just guessing. You just sitting there saying, no, it's not. It's not true.
All right.
It's like you're not really helping out black people.
Find this up.
You're not really helping out black people by lying to them and lying on them. Okay, you're not helping, bro. This is not a good thing. When we have these conversations and we point out the negative shit that black people are responsible for, you denying it isn't helping the community.
All right. Do this. Look up how many people had abortions in the last 20 years at MD Anderson Hospital in Houston, Texas.
Bro, why the fuck would I do that?
All right, I mean, you sit there spitting out abortion numbers.
Because that's the national record. Why would I look up in one city, bro? What are you talking about? Like, what sense does that make, bro?
You can't.
It's like
you can't. You can't. You don't have access to it.
I'm giving you the full number, bro.
All right, you don't have access to those statistics,
bro. I don't have access to the numbers. I don't have access to MD Anderson records. I'm going off what the research tells us. What are you talking?
The numbers come from Planned Parenthood.
What are you talking about? No,
they come from Planned Parenthood.
No, and even if it did, that still would mean that we're 13% of the population getting 39% from Planned Parenthood. What are we talking about?
From Planned Parenthood. All right, that's probably half. That only represent half of the abortions that.
Okay, I want to say something, man. First off, man, shout out to Tanisha, who is a medical professional. She's been saying a lot of stuff, and yes, Baltimore and Philadelphia are black cities. You know, shout out to Baltimore. It's one of my favorite cities in America. I have a lot of friends from Baltimore, like an unusual amount, and it's also called the Charm City. Anyways, the CDC does post statistics. The CDC does, so it's not just Planned Parenthood. The CDC does post statistics. She also said that surveys can pull any information they want because there are surveys being had. So what do you say about that, the CDC posting this? Because the CDC does this. Do you not believe in the CDC?
The Center of Disease Control? That's
what does the CDC stand for? Yeah,
the
Center for Disease Control.
What does that have to do with abortions?
Man, hey, dog, stop it. Bro, you are doing a lot. Are you drinking? What you
It's
drinking over
literally,
there?
hey, Brett,
That nigga smoke wet. I knew it. You smoke wet. You smoke
Brett.
sure.
CDC even got the pregnancy, the birth, the birth numbers. They got that too. How many
She
births
said
a person
yes.
got
They
through?
post
That's what
abortion
CDC does it,
rates.
bro. They posted, Brett. That's true.
They do a lot of study. Just because it say the CDC doesn't mean that they don't
It's
be they're
it's
involved anything that's health related.
it's like if we not taking responsibility for our own actions, bro. Like, what's the whole point of any of this? Like, what's the point? I'm kind of past that the white man shit. It's like we like if we know nobody coming to save the community, bro, at what point do we say, all right, this is the issue, let's work on this issue? Instead of we just gonna be like what a white man redlined us in 1965. Like, bro, at what point do we I respect history, right? And I respect, but I don't really put too much more emphasis on history because I feel like a lot of times history is like a built-in stalling tactic for us to talk about what happened yesteryear. Right now, today, what we need to
All right,
do.
all right. Well, we were here for 300 years and weren't able to build
Oh
generational
God.
wealth. I
Okay.
mean,
Okay.
well, we weren't able to start building generational wealth until literally like 50 years ago. I mean, a generation has barely passed. And we've they've had a head start on us. I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
We're not in competition
But
with
that
them, bro. So them having a head start, that don't really mean nothing. We not
it's
doing it
gonna
for
take time.
ourselves, bro. It's not a
All right,
competition, bro.
we didn't start passing down our our homes that we've built to our children until like 30 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, I mean, we didn't have farmland to pass down to kids like white folks did for generations. That's the reason why we're not in a flourishing situation like white folks are. Period. It's bottom line. We weren't allowed to.
Brett, we're not trying to compete with the white folks. We're not even comparing us to the white folks right now.
Who are you
We're
comparing us
talking
to?
about we're talking about things that we can control, like killing our babies, getting married, and stuff of that nature, bro. That ain't got nothing to do with white folks. Um, the self hatred that we dealing with right now, front center, got nothing to do with white folks, right?
Self hatred is real.
Yeah, I think blindly fucking with somebody politically at this point, I just think that we gotta. I think if we had starved niggas out get 10, 15 years ago, I think we'd be all right now. But right now, let's just say we all believe in marriage and raising families. I think as a black person, the best thing you can do for the community is to as a man is to find a woman, build with her, have kids, have as many kids as you can and afford, and try to build that black family up. I think that's the most pro-black thing you could do right now. To
And
me,
for the most part, we are doing that. We
to
are
me, that's the
doing
most pro-black thing you could do right now.
it. In 2026, for the most part, we are doing it. The problem is there are more black women than there are black men, and and the balance is off. And
yeah, some of them
also,
and some of them black women gonna have to shack up with, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to share a man. No, I'm bullshitting.
Uh-oh.
I just want to be
Boy, you about to
controversial.
start something.
I
I
just
still
wanted to hey.
I think I
I
mean
just wanted
I,
to
and you
he
know
about
what
to say, I mean, maybe you're
the
right.
the polygamy lifestyle, it's not for me. But if you want to do that and you can financially do that, then I say go for it. But like I don't think most black men are in a position
I was playing
to
Tanisha.
handle that.
Hey, ain't no way in hell I could deal with two women at once on that level.
Nah.
On that level. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
Hey man,
Neither
look.
can I.
We listen,
I
we didn't
definitely
ran
can.
2 hours. I know I said I think I may be doing I think I gotta do the Brothers Talking podcast tomorrow, yeah, because I'm gonna be here. I leave out Wednesday. So I was trying to get as much as I could. We gonna be
Yeah.
able to
Hey,
do this on the road. I'm gonna be on the road. So I don't y'all know my schedule funny. Maybe Tuesday we need to bring this back, but we're going to
Yeah.
be doing it. I wanted to introduce this while I was off. And then when I'm on the road, we just gonna be
one quick friendly debate, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, better album, Off the Wall or Thriller?
off the wall.
Mm-hmm. Probably off the wall. Well,
Sonically and produced, Thriller.
Thriller was more of a show and a movie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was more theatrical, but Off the Wall.
I think okay. My take is on it is like if Off the Wall was made 4 years later in the MTV era and $1 million videos, if you had for Don't Stop to Get Enough, if you had $1 million video for that, if you had She's Out of My Life, a $1 million video, Rock With You. If Rock With You had $1 million video, it'd be like Billie Jean. Real talk. You know, you see what I'm saying? And I mean, I think it would be. Now, I think the actual Thriller video that puts it that throws the numbers off. The Thriller that's what put Thriller in the orbit. But together, I think they're neck and neck. And if you put a gun to my head, I would say Off the Wall.
Here's why I'm not willing to die on that hill, because if we listen, Michael Jackson got away with an off the wall. He got away with a disco record. That's what that is. That's why it doesn't continue to go as it's. Listen, first off, you think about Wanna Be starting something because that's on there. You think about these records that are timeless. Off the Wall is the best album that he ever did. However, it is very much so disco influenced. Now, what's comparable, if you ask me, because I'm glad you brought this up. Michael Jackson can be divided into 3 artists. Jackson 5, Jackson. We talked about this the other night when you was here. And Michael Jackson. That Jackson's album, Triumph, that's where the Can You Feel It and all that shit on there. That might have been the more slept on record. That if it was more to me, probably, with This Place Hotel and all that, Heartbreak Hotel, I think that probably with some more production, because I think Can You Feel It is like one of the first it was like one of the first videos of its kind that ever was out by an artist. So I think if you get more play on that, it probably could have done better. I think that may be on par with like Thriller. Thriller was just, though, again, when you listen to when you listen to it, though, it is just sonically put together so good that I see why it's the greatest selling album of all time. Like, it was just put together well. The songs that you have on it, you got Eddie Van Halen on Beat It and shit like that. You just have, like, they're just, sometimes in music, you have the right combination and it works. And that was it. What do I think is just a better R&B album overall? Is Off the Wall. I mean, it's just it's just undeniable. But that Triumph album by the Jacksons, and I don't really know what that's about. I don't know why because he performed those songs. Like, he performs those Jackson songs. So I really don't know. But I mean, I'm gonna say I think everybody's in agreement. Off the Wall is the better musical record.
And I'm gonna say this. I think Chris Brown is more Bobby Brown than he is Michael Jackson. And I'm gonna say that.
Interesting.
I think Chris Brown is more Bobby Brown.
That's a good point.
Bobby Brown, and I've been going up with Bobby Brown shit for months, and I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. From about 85, 86 to about 92, bro might be the greatest performer I ever seen. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Some of that shit he was doing, some of that shit was totally ego driven. Like him in a group dancing around the group members and sliding. I'm like, yo, this is. I know they didn't practice this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Man, that dude was phenomenal. But Mike, I don't know. I mean, Mike was just on a different stratosphere too. But
Chris Brown does. He does integrate a little rapping in his stuff like Bobby did. And so I feel you on that. I do. And and the rapping and singing the R&B together, Bobby Brown, New Edition. I'll say this. I'll take this. This is a hill I die on. That's what started New Jack Swing, not Teddy Riley. Teddy Riley perfected it and put it on top. Yes.
Wait. What do you feel started New Jack Swing?
New Edition, because they integrated hip hop, rapping, and with R&B. Because in the early 80s. R&B didn't want nothing to do with hip hop. They want nothing to do with rap music or nothing. Not the beats, not rapping, no nothing. They looked nose down at rap music. A New Edition.
So you feel Michael Bivins you feel Michael Bivins, because I would say No Edition as a whole, but just because we know that Michael Bivins has the production factor, you
Mm-hmm.
think that maybe he is more important to the quote unquote New Jack Scene swing than Teddy Riley. That's not a bad argument.
I think Teddy Riley is ultimately more important. I love sports, so I'm gonna use this. Like Allen Iverson, he didn't create the crossover, but he made it a global phenomenon. You know, Tim Hardaway invented the crossover. Allen Iverson, he put his little thing on it, and it had every kid on every basketball court doing it. And that's
I
what
will say
Teddy
this.
Riley took what New Edition was doing, and then he put hardcore beats behind it, and then took New Jack Swing and started an era with it.
I will say this before we sign off. It is possible that Don't Be Cruel, the album by Bobby Brown, is a top 5 R&B men's album.
7 times platinum. In the 80s.
It's very possible that
Why do you think Whitney and Bobby called him the king of R&B? There's validity to it. There's validity.
There's a lot of validity to that, and also to add to that, I know people are gonna give me a TV land. The songwriter behind that, as well as Whitney Houston's, she had big hits, is Babyface. Babyface to me is probably the greatest songwriter of all time. I know we got Stevie Wonder, we got a lot of people, but Babyface is possibly the greatest songwriter of all time.
I just gotta push back on you one time because your boy that's doing all that time right now dropped that. What was the album with Down Low on there? 95, 96?
R. Kelly, dog.
listen, hold on.
But
then you got to think about this because we just had this conversation on Clubhouse not long ago. When bro dropped that R album, do you know he had 9 singles off the album?
Look, R. Kelly is that motherfucker, dog. I'm not gonna lie.
Album. You know what the first 2 singles was?
What? What's that?
I Believe I Can Fly. Hold on.
I Believe I Can Fly. That was on the
Space Jam.
Space Jam.
He pushed it to that one too. He pushed it to that.
Okay.
He had 9 singles off one album, bro.
Yeah, that's a Michael Jackson.
Singles.
Off the Wall had 8 singles.
Listen,
we gonna be up forever though, bro. We gonna pick this up next time.
I do want to say that R. Kelly is who R. Kelly is.
Man, bro.
I want to say that, but if we get to running them Babyface songs,
I know.
with no remixes, it's everything you listen to. I'll say this: everything you probably listened to in the 90s away from R. Kelly was Babyface.
Yeah.
And then the rest was definitely R. Kelly. But anyways, hey, this has been a great show. We glad that y'all tuned in. We're gonna keep this up. I think we need to be more consistent. That's me. I think if we were consistent, we'd have the viewership that we were looking for and we needed. I know y'all get the clips, but I've been over the road. That's just the career thing. But I'm realizing the need. You
better make some clips with me cooking like you did last time.
Yeah, no.
Well, hey, okay, so let me talk about that before we get out of here. I'm taking generated clips that StreamYard took. Now, I do need to go make some. I'm lazy. I do need to go make some clips, but at the time, StreamYard felt like Grizz cooking your ass was what was gonna hit, and unfortunately, it got a little something. So I do need to get some shit of you saying some shit that you say.
Yeah, it didn't get my retort at all.
But I'm gonna be fair this time. I ain't gonna fry you up. This time. I'm gonna be fair, man. But anyways, peace. Good night. We love y'all.
All right.